Thank you all for listening and watching my videos. Please subscribe and like my channel Master Coolits. Hoping that you will not skip my ads. It's a big help for me by not skipping it. Thank you so much. Dragon Shadow. The Rise.
Everyone was stunned, and their expressions also changed dramatically. Even Victor Quinn's expression changed drastically. He saw the earlier move clearly. Zane Martel's Human Emperor's palm was integrated with the power of wind and thunder. This meant Zane had already completely mastered the merging of the power of nature.
You have mastered such a complicated merging method within a couple of months? Zane Martel, you really...
Victor Quinn smiled wryly. Zane Martel's talents were far beyond his imagination. Even Victor himself spent 2 whole years mastering the method he created. Yet Zane did it so effortlessly. Immediately, the faces of the Double Devils Alliance members turned livid. Zane's strength was beyond their imagination.
So what if you are in the middle of the 5th stage of the Mahayana realm? The Double Devils Alliance has at least 60 experts in the middle of the 5th stage of the Mahayana realm. It will be easy for us to kill you.
Oh, is that so? Then show me what you've got. I can't wait for you to kill me. If you really have what it takes to kill me, you wouldn't be standing there trying to kill me with your words. Unless you're trying to kill me by pissing me off.
Victor Quinn and the seriously injured Medicine Costa were amused by Zane's words and couldn't help laughing.
Damn it! You're arrogant.
You're too arrogant. You don't take us seriously at all.
Streaks of murderous intent charged toward the sky. Zane Martel looked around and spoke in an unconcerned manner.
I don't want to waste time. All of you can come at me together. I'll take down all of you before rushing to the Dragon Meridian.
The Double Devils Alliance members were stunned. They thought they heard him wrongly.
What did you just say?
You want to take down all of us on your own? Zane Martel, do you think you're that powerful?
The Double Devils Alliance members were on the verge of exploding with anger. Even Tristan Morani, one of the 10-sided devils from the Giant Devil sect, was also fuming with anger. Being from a large region, the people naturally had immense pride. They disdained using all their strength to deal with Zane Martel, a brat from nowhere. Using all their strength to deal with Zane, he was not worthy of that.
Am I powerful? Why don't you try me out?
Zane Martel laughed strangely. A strange energy aura rose from his body, from the depths of his meridians. That strange aura was emitted by the 10-sided devil hunting order. Before rushing over, Zane discovered he could use his devouring dragon bloodline to suppress the 10-sided devil hunting order. Since he was confronting the Giant Devil sect now, there was no need for him to hide his skills. Immediately, all the geniuses in the Giant Devil region, including Stephen River, changed their expressions dramatically, and the corners of their mouths kept twitching.
You have the 10-sided devil hunting order on you. You killed people from the Giant Devil region. To be accurate, you killed 3 10-sided devils.
The 10-sided devil hunting order's aura would become stronger according to the number and strength of the geniuses the individual killed in the Giant Devil region. Thus, when Zane Martel no longer suppressed the aura, Stephen River immediately recognized it.
3 10-sided devils?
Oh my, are you sure about that?
Is he that powerful?
Everyone else was startled. The 10-sided devils were the strongest 10 people in the Giant Devil region. Each of them had strongest strength from their respective smaller areas. Yet, Zane Martel actually killed such geniuses. 3 of them? Mr. Griffin and the others changed their expressions dramatically. Dozens of figures flashed past and surrounded Zane Martel closely. Seeing this, Victor Quinn looked more solemn.
Since the Devil-repressed Abyss region and the Giant Devil region are now allies, we should work together. Let's attack.
More than 100 people surrounded Zane Martel, forming a tight net around him.
Let's kill him.
Let's kill him.
Instantly, sky-shaking battle cries filled the air as streams of dense killing intent enveloped the area. It was almost suffocating. All sabers, spears, swords, and halberds shone with spiritual light. Sword energy, spear radiance, fist shadows, and palm force whistled out like falling stars. Hundreds of attacks targeted Zane Martel.
Zane Martel, watch out.
Gusts of wind and fire appeared in his hands. He wanted to step in and help Zane Martel. However, what happened next made everyone break out in a cold sweat. Zane Martel struck out 3 Human Emperor's palms in a row. Then, with the help of the major completion power of thunder and the extreme power of wind, his energy reached its peak. The human emperor's palms flew out and swept away all the attacks like taking out the trash. His attack didn't slow down and directly knocked a dozen opponents down to the ground. Boom, boom, boom. Those hit by the human emperor's palm died on the spot. Powerful. He was too powerful. The ordinary geniuses of the Double Devil Alliance were no match for Zane Martel.
This is outrageous. Zane Martel, take my attack if you have what it takes.
Victor Quinn shouted and flew over from among the crowd. He unsheathed the long sword in his hand. The sword vigor was impressive, and his body surged with energy.
1,000 swords returning.
With a gentle tap on his sword, Victor Quinn condensed thousands of identical long swords out of thin air in the void. The swords began to gather together rapidly. In the end, it formed a 100-meter-long solid sword shadow before rushing towards Zane Martel. Meanwhile, Stephen River was also enveloped with devil energy. He turned into a devil with 3 heads. However, the 2 heads of the devil were wolfish, looking extremely terrifying. With a roll of devil energy, a phantom of a 3-headed devil dog, which was dozens of meters long, was also condensed in the air. It bared its fangs and pounced on Zane Martel. Victor Quinn and Stephen River displayed their strongest attacks. They also believed they could kill Zane Martel with their strongest attacks.
With Victor Quinn and Stephen River making their moves, Zane Martel will die for sure.
Many people were also overjoyed at that scene. But Zane Martel remained unfazed. He pounded his chest with his hands and said coldly,
Dragon Ape.
That roar made everyone's heart skip a beat. Then, Zane Martel's body transformed into a 50-meter-tall Ghost King, Dragon Ape. The powerful pressure emitted by the Ghost King Dragon Ape was like heavenly might, making many people feel a chill running down their spines. It looked like an ancient devil that had lived for millions of years.
Ghost King Cannon?
The Ghost King Dragon Ape suddenly took a deep breath. A burst of light emitted from the depth of its throat before it spat out something. A beam of light with a diameter of more than 2 meters shot out and collided with Victor Quinn's 1,000 swords returning and Stephen River's devil dog. The Ghost King cannon shot out like a sharp knife. The moment it touched the sword shadow and the 3-headed devil dog, it directly tore them into 2 halves. The seemingly powerful attacks actually turned out to be so vulnerable. The sword shadow and the 3-headed devil dog exploded directly. The Ghost King cannon pierced through and devoured both Leonard Hunter and Stephen River at the same time.
Don't kill me. Zane Martel, spare my life.
Don't kill me either, please.
However, in the next moment, they slumped to the ground. Their heads were severed and they died tragically. How could the leader of the Double Devils Alliance and the strongest expert of the Giant Devil region and Devil-repressed Abyss be killed so easily? How could that be? After witnessing their leader's death, the geniuses of the Double Devils Alliance seemed to have been struck by lightning. They stared blankly at the ferocious and terrifying Ghost King Dragon Ape. In particular, the scarlet skull behind it was even more striking.
Is Hunter dead?
River too? How could that be? River was one of the 10-sided devils.
The people of the giant dark sect also couldn't believe the reality. Still, it was the reality, and they could only try to accept it. The Ghost King Dragon Ape that Zane Martel had transformed into suddenly snapped around and looked at them. Instantly, all of the geniuses of the Double Devils Alliance were so frightened that their bodies began to tremble as they felt they were targeted by a deity-like creature.
Run. They must run.
Countless figures fled in all directions. However, some people were loyal enough to stay and desperately wanted to avenge Leonard Hunter and Stephen River. Naturally, Zane Martel knocked them down with a slap. Their flesh and blood splattered everywhere. A figure was knocked down by Zane Martel like a fly. He crashed heavily in front of Mr. Griffin, Ethan Reed, and others. His blood splashed on their faces, making them dumbfounded for a moment.
Was Zane Martel that powerful?
Let's run.
Ethan Reed's expression turned grave. He was the first to react. A golden light soared into the sky as he instantly transformed into a golden-winged rock, emitting a golden glow. The golden-winged rock spread its wings that were about 10 meters long. It looked like a sun, emitting intense heat. With a flap of its wings, it flew hundreds of meters. Among those people, only Ethan Reed and Leonard Hunter were directly involved with Zane Martel. Leonard Hunter was nowhere to be seen, and now there was only Ethan Reed left. He assumed Martell would never let him escape. Zane Martell represented the old royal family of the northern demon country, whereas Ethan Reed and Leonard Hunter represent the pseudo-royal family. They were destined to be enemies.
Run. I must escape. If I stay here, Zane Martell will surely kill me. Damn it, how did Zane Martell become so powerful?
Ethan Reed's mood dropped to the worst. It transformed into a golden-winged rock and fled frantically into the distance. No matter where, he must go somewhere else. It was much better than choosing to stay here. But then it was impossible that Zane Martell would not see him escaping.
Ethan Reed, why are you in such a hurry? Don't you want to say anything before you leave?
Zane Martell suddenly opened his mouth and shot out a Ghost King cannon. The 2-meter-long light column shot out like a lightning bolt and instantly pierced through Ethan Reed's wings. Blood splattered everywhere.
Ah!
Ethan Reed's huge body fell directly to the ground, breaking many huge trees, and he couldn't stop screaming. The Ghost King dragon ape that Zane Martell had transformed into walked over step by step. With each step it took, the ground would shake violently.
Damn it, Zane Martell, you damn bastard!
The heavily injured Ethan Reed flapped its wings wildly, flying back into the air. He couldn't escape this place, so he decided to give his all to this battle.
Zane Martell, let's die together.
The huge golden winged rock flapped its wings. Its golden iron claws fell from the sky like a sharp blade, grabbing the Ghost King dragon ape. The Ghost King dragon ape pounded its chest and emitted waves of deep and loud roars. Its thick arms grabbed the golden winged rock's claws. It violently dragged the golden winged rock down from the sky. Then, the ape used its other terrifying and powerful large hand to pull the rock's wings with all its might. A sound of flesh being torn apart rang out. Ethan Reed was torn into 2 pieces and smashed heavily on the ground. His blood flowed like a river. Those who were still on the scene were dumbfounded to see this scene. Their eyes were about to pop out of their sockets. This was not a confrontation between human martial artists. It was obviously a battle between gigantic ancient beasts. The scene was so shocking.
Devour, now!
Zane Martell activated his devouring power and absorbed Ethan Reed's blood essence. Meanwhile, only the people from the Tranquil City region stayed on the scene. After witnessing Zane Martell's powers, those Double Devils Alliance members fled one after another. Dozens of them were either killed by Zane Martell or the Ghost King Cannon. The Ghost King Cannon was not a martial arts technique Zane Martell had learned. Instead, it was a skill the Ghost King Dragon Ape had already mastered. After devouring and refining the Ghost King Dragon Ape, Zane Martell naturally learned this skill too. Moreover, the Ghost King Dragon Ape still had much energy sealed within Zane Martell's devouring dragon bloodline, if he had completely released and absorbed that energy. There might be other skills that Zane Martell did not know or had never seen before. Swoosh! Zane Martell rapidly shrank and returned to his original appearance. He walked over to Victor Quinn and Medicine Costa.
Zane Martell, you have really exceeded my expectations. I'm surprised you have become so powerful in such a short time.
Zane Martell, I'm Medicine Costa. Thank you for saving me.
If it was a regular day, Medicine Costa, ranked 3rd on the Zora Genius list, would not bother talking to commoners. However, Zane Martell was simply radiating with his talents. If Zane Martell did not interfere, even Mr. Griffin's group would be able to kill Medicine Costa and others.
Ha ha ha, it's a trivial matter. Victor is a great friend of mine, so I can never sit back and watch him suffer.
There was something Zane Martell was yet to understand. Why did the Double Devils Alliance, even the entire strange little world, attack them? After Zane Martell raised that question, Victor Quinn sighed and slowly explained. Zane Martell was truly shocked when he heard there were 2 self-proclaimed individuals from the Tranquil City region, hunting and killing geniuses and experts from other areas. Were there such powerful individuals in the Tranquil City region? Zane Martell was very curious about their identities.